All right. You're listening to Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com. Sorry for the delay. We're trying something different with our Wirecast software, and hopefully it improves the show quality. But welcome. You're listening to Mornings Lone Star here on Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com, and of course worldwide at our Lone Star app, Lone Star Internet Radio app, which, I did some stats reports for last year in 2018. Sean, we had over 22,000 people just access us through the app. Oh, you're the wrong mic. You're sorry, that's my fault. Go ahead. No, that's not it. All right. There we go.
Am I good?
Now you're good.
Thank you. I have a voice again.
That is so cool.
That rocks.
Yeah, I was very impressed with those numbers. So now I'm actually going to start.
Now, how many of them are Russian bots?
Ooh, that's a good question. Not many.
I don't care.
Well, not many. Only reason I know that is because of the time. You can see what the time of the day is people tune in.
Mm-hmm.
And typically Russian bots would be random, like.
Hey, 22,000 is 22,000. I don't care if they're Martians. Truly.
Somebody was listening.
Great news. Someone was listening.
So now I'm actually going to put, that's kind of a thing I'm going to work on, is improve our app. So I'm excited about that. And hopefully at the end of the month, I'll kind of understand how to do it.
Dick, you've been a busy boy. I mean, getting the studio lined up here, getting Studio B ready to go.
There's a lot of cool stuff.
The streaming app, if you're seeing us, you got we're broken into quadrants.
Well, what's even cooler is I was doing more, because at night, that's when I do my night school.
Uh-huh.
And I was learning more about the software. We can do Facebook polls and stuff, and I somehow integrated in the software. So we might be doing that if what piece of clothing you want Sean to take off. We can do that, and I'm gonna mess with it, but I don't really know how to do it.
Well, you need to get right on that, because if we're gonna play Strip Morning Show, I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm gonna try one right now just to see what it does.
Well, meanwhile, while Dick tries to figure out how to further embarrass me on the air, I will tell you about the weather. So it is currently in sunny downtown Conroe, 46 degrees. Going to get up to 67. Low tonight's going to be down in the 50s. It's going to be sunshiny all day, moonshiny all night. Only a 1% chance of rain. They say 0, but we can't commit to anything. So 1%. And just throughout the week, it's actually going to get up to 80 on Friday, kind of 70s. Until next week, it's going to get the 50s and 60s.
Yeah,
Welcome to Texas weather.
It's getting cold, and I had to instruct Miss Holly to not touch the thermostat.
Have you put the locking case on it yet?
No, not yet.
I'm just in trouble when that happens.
Well, the thing is this is we're renting, and I always get nervous of breaking things. And I know one day we're gonna forget that it goes below 30, and we have the AC on.
Mm-hmm.
And I just know in our luck something's gonna happen to the AC unit. So I was like, "Don't touch this. This is perfect." Miss Holly. So,
how's she doing? How's
She's
the
doing
bowling
good.
coming along?
Oh,
for her?
dude, bowling's going good. I bowled an average 140 on Sunday, and then I visited,
good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I visited College Station over the weekend
Mm-hmm.
for the Grand Central Station. I bought a drink that looks like a bowling pin, so I got that.
Is it the same size?
Yeah, I don't know.
Holy
I don't
cow.
know.
Fill that
No,
one
it's
up
not
with some
that
Captain
big.
Morgan's.
It's not that big. No. It was weird. They wouldn't put alcohol on it.
Well, yeah. If it's
Well, I
that
mean,
size.
I go, if you're gonna charge this kind of price, might as well just be like, yeah, sure, for $100, we'll fill it. I mean, it was weird. I couldn't even be in the bar area. I had to go to the kids area where you collect the tokens and.
Could it have been a liquor license thing?
I don't know. No, it's just a cup thing. So it'd be their decision of what to put in the cup.
Okay.
But it was a neat place. I will tell you that it's very expensive. I'm glad I bought $300 because it was $60 for 2 hours. And
Okay, there needs to be, if I'm paying that much, there
it
needs
was
to
for
be
a birthday,
polls
so
at
I
the
didn't
end.
mind. I mean, that was kind of like my birthday gift in a sense.
There needs to be pole dancing at the end if
So-
I'm paying that much for bowling.
But yeah, well, the only thing I did like about that place is very nice. So it's top of the line. It seemed like they had one of those iPad interactive deals for the screens and
Oh,
everything, so you could take pictures of yourself. And it got pretty funny. We were messing with it, and you could take your picture. And I think the one guy said you could do a face picture, and they'll put you on little animations. So when you get a strike or whatever,
like those jib jabs and
yeah.
stuff.
So that was kind of fun. But I will tell you that I missed $300 after I left there with my wallet a little lighter. And yeah. But yeah. And then I finally got to taste some of the sausage I made.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You made
so
some sausage last week.
I got some summer sausage. I was going to bring it. I put it, it's on the freezer, so I put it most of it that you and I could try
Mm-hmm.
in the deal in the refrigerator to thaw it. And so I was thinking it's either tomorrow's show or Friday's show. I could bring my cooker because I bought for like one of the few gifts I asked for my wedding for somebody was one of those tabletop induction oven thingies. So it's just powered by an outlet, so you can clean it real easily. You're not messing with gas or anything like that. So
Nothing says I love you, Dick.
so I can bring that here,
yeah.
and then we have pan sausage, and then we have some link sausage, and then I brought some with beef jerky, and then and summer sausage. So I'll bring you all that. We'll have a sausage party. Is that you like that? No,
I like that
nobody
a lot.
Well, you know what? Since we have some folks listening, because we know we do have a lot of fans and everything, we do have a special guest today. I was on the phone with Mike Mogul of Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, and he was going to come check out the new studio. And I said, hey, why don't you just come onto the show and talk to us about what you do and where you service and things like that. So you're finally going to see the face. Mike's going to be in the studio hopefully around 9:30 and stuff like that. So if you have questions for him, feel free to visit us on Facebook or send us a message on Facebook and all that kind of good stuff. I did a poll. I don't know where it is. So let's see.
I don't see anything on our feed here.
Let's see. Let's show the poll.
I see listener Dennis is already complimenting your camera work. So thank you, Dennis, for appreciating.
Well, I'm learning something every night. That's where my new thing since the new year. I was like, I got to read some textbooks and see what I can do better with the station and with Facebook. And I'm learning. It's a whole new world.
It's funny you should mention that. I'm doing some videos for Woodlands Boys Choir, and I'll talk more about that later on. But I wanted kind of an animated.
Okay, sorry to just take a step back real quick. Woodlands Boys Choir, is that like at school or is that just an option like after school program?
It's an organization that's not school related, but
Okay. I was curious.
So boys 6 through
13.
They're really good, but what they're doing is some singing Valentines, basically.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. Was it $30?
10, only
$10,
10.
and they sent a video.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I've been doing the videos. So we're like shooting videos of the Glade Arts Foundation, and they're singing Seasons of Love and Let Me Call You Sweetheart and editing it together. And I wanted a nice animated opening to it, like the letters appearing instead of just, special Valentine. And playing around, and, you can spend a lot of money on these animation software packets, or you can spend cheap money to go to Fiverr and take your chances with someone in another country doing it for you.
Well, hey, I'm just going to let you know they haven't failed me yet.
Well, one time I went to Fiverr. I needed an animated opening for a realtor client.
Well, I know what you're going with this one. It was like a stock photo kind of thing.
Well, no, it was the title was on racing car wheels, and when zooming off, I'm like, what does this have to do with real estate? You gotta. But Draft 2 is much better. But anyhow, I came across this free screen video software. Basically, it would just take a video of anything on your screen happening. And it's what people do for when they show you the tutorials, like click here and do that. But I was able to do an animated PowerPoint presentation, which I'm a whiz at PowerPoint. And so I ran that and videoed it and got my animated opening titles for, it took me 10 minutes for free, my favorite color. So yeah, I enjoy playing around with stuff like that too. I do a lot of open source work because just licensing just is really cost prohibitive sometimes. I don't have a few thousand to plunk down on a Creative Suite license, for instance.
Well, I do.
You do?
And
you want to slip me a copy?
Well, I just pay the monthly fee.
Oh, for the like Creative Cloud or whatever
it's
stuff.
Worth it, man. If you're doing all those programs, totally. Everyone asked me about that too. It's like, what do you use to create something? I was like, just get the Creative Cloud. You get everything.
Now, but the problem is I have so many videos and open projects that are in this open source programming that I use that I'd have to start.
Just commit.
Just come in from the cold.
Well, I mean, because like everything you're seeing on the screen, that's all Illustrator right there. What folks are seeing, that's Illustrator doing that for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything you see on YouTube and everything is through Premiere.
Mm-hmm.
And I clean it up with Adobe Audition, the audio and everything. So that's 3 programs we use. And I used to use Photoshop all the time, but then I hated it. So I started using Illustrator more. But not for photo editing, of course, but because I don't really do any photo editing.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyhow, well, while I'm on it, so let me tell people some 3 things that are happening for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
All right.
So we have, if you go to woodlandsboyschoir.org, and we'll put the link on our Facebook for you, for $10, that's all it is. You get your choice of who to send it to, your special message, and your choice of song. You have, I think, 3 or 4 choices.
Okay.
And then on Valentine's Day, your loved one will receive the special video message via a private YouTube link. And so it's cute. It raises money for this choir. They're really awesome because
Can they sing whatever I want them to sing?
no, they've already been sung. The songs have already been sung.
Oh, so it's not even private.
Yeah, yeah. What it is, it's the recipient gets either the video directly or a special private YouTube link to the video.
But they don't get like Hey Holly?
Not with the vocals, but the well, it costs a little bit more than $10 for that.
Just letting you know, if you want to make some more money, make it more personal.
We'll see what the $10 thing works. But anyhow, it's really cool, really sweet. These boys are awesome. They sing great. And all the money goes to help because they're going on tour this year.
Yeah.
They've been actually out to Vienna.
That's a great idea.
With the Vienna Boys Choir.
Great idea.
So that's number 1. Number 2, our dear friend Priyanka Jory.
Yeah, the dogs.
Right, the dogs.
Yeah,
she
she's
runs
got, like,
Pure Much
the house
Animal
with the
Sanctuary,
dogs.
and she has a realty business, Woodlands Eco Realty. Well, she got this brilliant idea about a month ago. She made reservations for 2 at a whole bunch of different restaurants in the Woodlands, like hard to get into restaurants
Okay.
for tomorrow, for Valentine's Day. So now, let's say you forgot to make dinner reservations and the only restaurant open for you is Taco Bell, right? And Holly will just get mad at you. If you call Woodlands Eco Realty or go there to their website or their Facebook page, ask for reservations, she will release one of her reservations to your name. So you can get into a high-end restaurant that's already booked up, but she already has reservations there. So she'll just change her name to your name, and then you get a lovely dinner there.
So how do you do this?
Just go to woodlandsecorealty.com or go to their Facebook page, and it's Woodlands Eco Realty. Just type that into the search.
That's pretty intense.
And that's all you got to do. Or give a call, and I can find the number. And actually, let me. I'll give you the number real quick. That number is give me a drum roll, please. 832-277-3577. I'll give you that number again. And
That's horrible.
Dick, add it to the.
That's horrible.
832-277-3577 or woodlandsecorealty.com, and you can get reservations for 2. And unconfirmed rumors say that during your dinner, you may get a special visit with a special gift basket and photo of you and your loved one if you partake of this.
That's horrible.
So that's pretty cool that I would do that, but I will be doing number 3 on Valentine's Day, the special dinner detective show. There's only like 10 seats left in this. So, you've heard me talk
I
about
got bowling, dude.
Valentine's bowling.
Yeah, I got bowling.
Really? Really?
I can't miss a day.
Okay. But for those of you,
I have a special thing.
those of you who
anyway.
have class, you do. You want to tell me what it is?
I'm going to decorate our table before she gets there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also making her food prior. But she's working, so it's going to be kind of one of those: is she going to make bowling or not?
Are you going to put red food dye in her beer?
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, a little heart there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
I know what.
Okay. Well, we got to get Mike on with us from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, so we're excited about having him in the studio. If you got questions for him, you know what to do. You know what else we didn't talk about?
What's that?
Is we're giving away 2 tickets to 42nd Street next door.
Awesome. It's not a location. It's a musical.
It's a musical, and it's happening with Stage Right. And if you want to enter, all you got to do is just message us on our social media platforms and all that kind of stuff. And, yeah, cool stuff. And we'll be right back. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio. And, yeah, cool. Bye.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Don't miss Lone Star Community Radio on TV and YouTube. Our talk show and music shows are featured on Our City TV, Suddenlink Channel 12, and have their own YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with posted shows and comment on them below the video.
Lone Star Boxer Rescue is a nonprofit organization serving Montgomery County and surrounding areas, dedicated to the health and well-being of the boxer breed. Lone Star Boxer Rescue is run and managed 100% by volunteers since 1999. Our main objective is to rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome boxers that come to us from many sources, including local animal shelters, owner surrenders, and strays. For more information about Lone Star Boxer Rescue, visit our website at lsbr.org.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, President of the Woodlands Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
You might not ever get rich, but let me tell you, it's better than digging a ditch.
All right.
There ain't no
We are back.
telling
Back.
me.
You want to grab that microphone over there, Mike, for me?
Oh,
please?
yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
He's got the microphone voice.
There you go. He's got it.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you. Welcome back. Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com. I guess I should give a little bit more information about what we were saying to win those tickets. All you got to do is message us, Facebook. You got Twitter. We got email mwls@irlonestar.com. 42nd Street to any show. They're gracious enough to do it like that. So basically, they opened last weekend. I think they got 2 more weekends left. I think you're the theater dude. Why aren't you on the official theater list? So tell me what's the true when they're opening and stuff like that.
Because I am just way above that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's below my pay grade.
I guess. But no, yeah, you can win 2 tickets. Really easy, folks.
But you know
And
what's
then
happening-
We'll draw it on Friday, and we already had a winner from last week. We weren't gonna have our show, so I had to.
See,
send it to
we
her.
come through people. Even when we're not on the air, we still will honor our promises and commitments.
Yeah.
Because we rock like that.
Yeah.
Now, don't forget this Sunday and Monday coming up. That just looks wrong, man. That looks wrong on 16
I'm
different
just
levels.
cleaning.
Hey.
I'm cleaning things, guys.
Yeah, I
Be
can
quiet.
tell.
Be quiet.
Making it shine.
He's making it shine. But on Sunday and Monday, over at the Owen Theater, Players Theater Company's got auditions for Happy Days, the musical.
That's right. You're doing Happy Days.
Yeah, I'm
Being a
directing it.
big-time director.
Yeah, it's me. Very busy and
So-
important. So it's a lot of fun. Get some people sniffing around. But it was written by Gary Marshall, the guy that created Happy Days. So, you know, it's got the flavor of it. And it's basically a musical version of a very special episode. So there you go.
So when
That's
people,
the only theater thing.
so
that's
when
important to me.
people go and see a TV movie in the theater, it's like, oh, it's just like an extended episode. Is that what you're telling me?
Right. I actually directed Gilligan's Island, the musical, one time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really funny. And at the end, you know, they don't get off the island, and people were cracking up because they realized it was basically just an episode with music, with songs. And same thing with Happy Days. There's even a gag where Richie Cunningham tells people, you know, man, usually I can solve a problem in half an hour, but this one's taken forever. And there's a little nod and a
Is there a
wink.
shark?
There's no shark in this one. But here's the funny thing about jumping the shark. You know that Happy Days ran for 6 years after the shark jumping episode?
Oh, I
People-
don't doubt it.
Yeah, people thought, oh, that was the death of Happy Days. Nah, it was just, it's an example of when a TV show goes too far.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, it didn't kill the series. Even Ted McGinley didn't kill that series, and he's masterful at killing. When Richie left, they had to bring in another foil, so they brought in Ted McGinley, and usually shows Crater when he comes in.
Okay.
But
There was some famous person on there I didn't know was going to be on there. I think it's John Cusack when he was really young.
oh golly, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio was on a special episode of Facts of Life.
No, but-
I love watching the old shows where you find future stars,
Let's see who
especially
it
when they're
is.
kids.
Let's see. I remember seeing it, and It was like he was really young. He wanted to fight the Fonz. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks wanted to fight the Fonz.
Yeah, it was an episode he was on in Happy Days.
Okay.
Apparently, the Fonz did something to him when he was like 6 years old, and he like always held a grudge. And then finally, he like challenges him in the parlor, whatever we call that area where the jukebox is.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look it up. It's a real deal.
Oh no, I believe it. I'm Mr. Happy Days trivia. You know that Happy Days started off as a little dinky episode of there's a TV series in the '60s called Love American Style,
Okay.
and it
Yeah,
was
I
like,
saw that.
oh, by the way, the strange voice you're hearing is Mike, and
We'll
he's
get to
from Clean
him.
Sweep.
We're gonna finish your
But
thought.
people are like, what's that weird voice?
So Happy Days auditions. What do you need to bring to them?
If you have a headshot and resume, bring it, but it's not essential.
And money?
No, there's no money. No money involved. Come and audition. It'd be 6 to 9 p.m. both Sunday
How
and
much
Monday.
would it take for you to put me in the play, money wise? Like you don't know.
Oh man,
who I
I'd
am.
pay you to put you in the play. I would have so much fun with you.
No, I meant more of like, say I'm a random actor and I really need this role, and I give you an envelope with money. How much money does it take? No questions asked to put me in the role
I can't do it, man.
at all. Like even if I gave you like $100,000.
No, there's some things a reputation is it can't be bought for, and if you can't sing and I cast you in the lead role of a musical, no one will ever cast me again.
Okay.
No, yeah, give
Fair
me
enough.
$1 million,
Fair
and
enough.
yeah, maybe 500,000
Fair
tax free.
enough. Okay, let's get to our guest, not back to our guest. We got Mike Mogul. Sorry, did I say it? Mogale?
Mogale.
Mogale.
Muggle?
Mogale with Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, who is a partner with us and a sponsor. So just give full. What's that? Just
Full attention, full ear, full homage. What are you trying to go with here?
I just want to get people to understand he's a partner with the show, and he cleans offices.
He does an awesome job keeping us clean because, we're kind of male centric in the mornings and afternoons and evenings here.
Oh, totally.
So this could turn into a locker room just like that.
Holly didn't appreciate when we first moved in. I put a trash can in every room possible, and she's like, "Why are you doing that?" It's like, "Because you always throw away everything." And she's like, "You only need a couple trash cans."
You need one everywhere you are.
That's what I said. She thought it looked really tacky, but I said I gave her some glitter and some bedazzle stuff, and I was like, "Here, dress it up."
Well, you don't want to overflow one of those cans because that could be a bad situation.
Yeah. Well, she said the food should only go in one can,
We love her.
so she said.
What
that.
about a compost heap? I mean,
I don't know.
is that a thing? Do people actually use those?
People do.
Uh-huh.
Not me, but people do. Yes.
Because I've never fully understood
I've been
it.
watching Deadwood, and they feed the bodies to pigs. So I've been telling Holly we need to get some pigs.
When I was a kid and
Is
I
that
watched
real?
Yeah, when I was a kid and I was watching The Wizard of Oz, the movie. There's
Yeah.
a bit where Dorothy falls in the pig pen and the stagehands start freaking out, the farm hands, and they're like, "Oh, get her out." And they're carrying her. And I was trying to figure out what it was. Pigs will eat you, and they'll eat you quick.
Oh,
So yeah, if you not get
so
knocked out in a
Mike
pig
doesn't
pen,
do that kind of cleaning though.
or does he?
Or does he?
Have you ever been called to like?
With
clean
the
up
last
a-
name like Mogel, I mean, we don't
Have
know
they
what
told
he
you?
does.
Have they told you? Oh, that's just cranberry juice, but can you scrub it up?
Yeah. Biohazards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we have worked for some dermatologists and some medical offices where there's blood. My people call me and go, "Oh, there's blood," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, put the gloves on,
And
clean it up."
get the gloves and the 409.
Well, I
and
think that's
do
really
what
cool
you gotta
because
do.
your website is. I know your Facebook. We tagged you, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, and let me double check. You have like a longer, right? You have a longer name for you. It's a Clean Sweep. what?
CleanSweepOfficeCleaning.com.
Okay, there you go. And then like you do primarily offices, elevators, and like you don't really shy away from the bigger, more complex kind of jobs. It's not just like, oh, we have 4 rooms.
Well, we do a lot of cleaning. We don't do any high-rise buildings, but we have some 2- and 3-story buildings that we take care of. Mostly, it's independent companies, and they own their own space, or they lease that space, and they're in it, and they just want it clean. They're too busy to do it themselves. If there's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of dust, and those are good places for us to clean because dust gets in the air and causes people to have, indigestion,
All sorts of problems.
bad, allergies.
Well, I figure allergies
things of
and respiratory things, but you say indigestion. Actually, dust will affect indigestion.
Well, you can suck it in through the mouth or through the nose. So,
That makes a good point. Yeah, I never thought about that.
yeah, we keep the offices clean, and they say, "Oh, our
our paid time off, PTO, has gone down this year because you guys are doing such a good job cleaning. And when you got employees that are there more often, you're more productive and you're more profitable. So
Yeah.
There you
just
go.
helping
So it's
people.
more than just
Well,
cleaning
I
up
wanna
the mess.
I want to
It's-
ask, like, what's the craziest thing you've ever cleaned?
The craziest thing I've ever cleaned was, believe it or not, it was a crack house, and the floors were yellow and sticky
Ah.
and nasty. And this lady took over her house again and kicked the people out. And she's like, "Oh, I just got to get it clean. I can't even walk in here." So it took us 2 days to clean the floors and the walls, and it was disgusting. And it was pretty awesome though, because she was looking to sell it. So I connected her to a friend of mine who is now has purchased that house and gonna do a rehab on it. So it'll be a real nice place eventually.
Well, see, that's why, you're the business master and I'm not, because I just would have taken a match to the place and, made it a lot
And that would have been a
quicker.
whole different kind of cleanup right there.
Yeah, right. Sorry, went up in flames. I guess we'll just have to build a new one here. So, wow.
Yeah, but
Gonna
we've
give a
had some
crack
pretty extensive projects. We do construction cleanup, like
Mm-hmm.
if they're remodeling an office or putting in a new section or a new wing or whatever. And there's a lot of dust. There's a lot of dust and a lot of debris and stuff like that. We come in and clean that up, take it all out of there, make sure that their filters are changed and the dust stops settling, and then we wipe out all the counters and all the cabinets and just everything. The places that you don't even look for, we're getting into and removing that stuff so it doesn't cause you any problems or your people any problems going forward. And a lot of times that leads to ongoing business. Our regular staple is cleaning your office 2 times a week, 3 times a week, 5 times a week, whatever you guys need, and on a regular basis. And so we're always going to be there. We're not going to take anything but your trash.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. It goes deeper than I thought, because we're talking about like health benefits and productivity benefits.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. So how did it start up? Did you just wake up one Tuesday morning and say, "Hey, I'm going to start a office cleaning company"? Or
I'm glad you asked that. It's pretty cool. Really, I was actually dating my wife at the time. We weren't married, and we went over to her dad and stepmom's house, and we were having dinner. And her stepmom comes in and she says, "Well, I had to fire the cleaning crew. They stole your dad's Mont Blanc pen, and I'm just tired of them taking things." And I was like, "Well, that's not cool." She says, "I don't know. What am I going to do?" I said, "Well, Stephanie likes to clean, and I'd like to pay off some debt before I marry your daughter. So we can clean your office and we won't steal anything. We're family." And she goes, "That's a great idea." And that was in 2002. And both of us had a full-time job. And so we started building it. And, I couldn't shake it. I tried to get rid of it several times, but it just kept coming. People kept saying, "You're doing a great job. Can you come talk to me?" And I got referred to you by so-and-so. And
a
so
lot
I
of
said,
good word of mouth.
Yeah, good word of mouth. It's all word of mouth. I really hardly did any advertising until I met you guys. And then, so I really don't do any advertising. My website is out there, but I really don't get a lot of feed off of that either. Most of it's from face-to-face networking and personal communication
Right
and
time,
referrals
right
from my
place.
clients. Yeah. So it's a blessing. Right now, I've in 2013, I went full-time. So 2002, we started it and we built it while I was working a full-time job. My wife was working. When we started we got married, and then we had children, and she stopped working, outside the home. And so she takes care of the kids and homeschools now. And she's also a big part of the back office of the business. And so we've been building this thing. In 2013, I got laid off for the last time. It was about 4 or 5 times. It was Valentine's Day,
Happy
which
anniversary.
is when tomorrow?
Yep.
Yeah. It was Valentine's Day 2013 when I got laid off from a job. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So, of course, I told the boss, asked him if he wanted to give me a kiss, and, because it was Valentine's Day. But he didn't appreciate where I asked him to kiss me.
That's
But
right.
anyway,
And then you go, "Okay,
If you're,
hey,
yeah.
do you want me to clean your office?"
If you're gonna do this to me, kiss me first. You can fill in the blanks.
So I went outside and I prayed a little bit. I cried a few times. I called my wife, and she said, "This business has been calling you." And I said, "You're nuts. I mean, there's nothing here so far. It's just it was really small. We had like 13 clients,
Mm-hmm.
It was part-time, weekends and nights. And that day, I prayed a little bit, and that day I got a phone call from 2 clients. One of them, which is still with me today, 5 days a week, and they've never had a cleaning crew more than 6 months, they told me. And we've been doing such a good job for them that tomorrow will be 6 years. In fact, I'm going to go in there and celebrate with them and bring them some Valentine's presents.
Yeah,
or
bring them
something.
some chocolate and nylon. So
But,
they'll
Yeah, I was gonna
appreciate
ask.
that.
I go, do you add any little signature clean sweep touches to the room? Do you make little towel monkeys and stuff like that, or
Now that would be really cool.
so?
I was in the print business for a long time, and I sold paper, and I did a lot of origami. So now that you've mentioned that,
Well, people were like, "Why is there a
Little-
monkey on this desk?"
I'd do an origami dustpan or something. Stick to the motif.
yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Well, that's a great story.
so,
I love that. How small business, right time, right place, right.
Yeah, it was crazy. I never thought I'd be cleaning offices or cleaning anything, really. I mean, I hung out with my mom all my life, and she cleans. If I take my mom to your house for whatever reason, anywhere she
Oh, she's
goes,
one of those people.
she's
huh?
going to clean something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going
Those
to
are
clean
great.
the
I had a
dishes.
roommate.
Yeah,
I had a
that's
roommate
mine.
like
Oh,
that,
man.
and he's one of my best friends. And I was like, "I'm really glad you're my roommate," because he gets OCD like his mom, and he'll start mopping. He's
My
like,
mom cleans the house in preparation for the maid to show up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Like, I don't want her to see that my kitchen's messy. Mom, you're paying her blank dollars to clean your kitchen. It's okay. No.
Well, we got you here. What's one of the biggest misconceptions with cleaning? Like, for example, like what's one thing people do not do, and they need to do it, and they just never think like, oh, you got to clean the filters, and kind of like stuff like that.
Yeah, changing air filters inside the office is a big deal because it the dust gets sucked up there, but if the filters are dirty, that doesn't go in, it doesn't capture it, and it falls right back down. So there's always dust circulating and floating.
You know what's
around in the
crazy
air.
is I was looking at filters, and they now make filters with Bluetooth on them, where you can
What?
check the status of the filter.
Okay, see, I'm just a cheap son of a gun. I'll go to
It was like I
Target
think,
and buy the.
well, it's
99
3M.
cent.
3M made this one, and I think the price difference was like $1 from like the standard. They have ratings,
Crazy.
So like and it had like all you got to do is I seen it like I went online and looked at it. Like, you just pull a little slip, a piece of paper out, kind of like you get a toy and you have to start the batteries,
Uh-huh.
just like that, and then it just sits there, and then you just connect it to your phone app, and I don't know how it detects it. I think it's more of just for a date. Because I always wondered why people don't put something on there saying like, how you get your bread, they have the date on
Yeah.
it. Like, how do they mark it? What
Well,
do you
they
recommend?
tell you to mark the filter, but the thing is you got to get up there and take it out.
take it
see
out to
So
look
how
at
do you
it.
see
was-
it? Yeah.
So you got to mark it on the calendar,
I
probably on the
say,
wall or whatever.
Siri, remind me on
Well, that-
3 months to.
Do you think you could just put some tape up there and write it?
Looks kind of tacky, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you at least
So-
know it's clean.
Well, you do, yeah. And
He's doing the back office, not the front office. The front office people can suffer all they want. The back office, that's where we'll put the tape because no one sees that.
because nobody sees that,
So-
Well, we're getting some origami ideas for your tchotchkes, origami pancakes, and origami sidewalks.
Pancakes sound good right now.
Yeah,
You got
right?
syrup with that?
Make it all,
So-
make the
Nice.
paper all.
me being a guy and you do office cleaning, like to me, cleaning something is like once a month minimum or max. I guess like bare minimum, maybe once a month
It's because you're a guy.
because I'm a guy. So what's the real recommendation on cleaning things? So like say like these floors, how often should I clean them?
Well, it depends on the foot traffic and it depends on the activity in the office. Like I said, if there's an office that has a lot of paper, like CPAs, attorneys, they have a lot of paperwork. There's always dust. You're always punching holes and,
Yeah.
tearing sheets out. And there's always dust in the office because they're going through paper a lot. So if there's a lot of paperwork in the office, you probably need a regular office cleaning. If you have a lot of foot traffic in and out, a lot of contractors coming in, a lot of clients coming in, buying things, that kind of traffic causes a lot of foot traffic, causes a lot of, dust and
Yeah.
debris and mess on the floor. So you need more often cleaning. Just depends on the appearance that you want. If you want people to walk in your office and go, wow, this is nice. The first impression is awesome. And we make it smell good, look good.
Yeah,
and
see, that's
feel
all I
nice.
care about is smelling good.
So if you want it to smell nice and look good and feel good, and you want
It
to
must
walk,
be clean in here. It
you know,
smells really nice.
You want to walk by and touch a surface and not get dust all over your fingers. You need a regular office cleaning, but it depends on the foot traffic. If you got 3 people in your office, it may be every other week. If you got 27 people in your office, you know, it may be every day.
So Clean Sweep has
So-
like different packages based on that kind of.
Yeah. Basically, it's based on the square footage, the amount of people, the number of bathrooms. The more bathrooms there are, the more cleaning that you're going to need because there's a lot of people usually.
See, I don't mind cleaning bathrooms because at least I know what I'm cleaning.
Yeah, but you probably don't do it right.
Well, that's what like, at least I can see, like, oh, I have to
You're
clean
down there
that.
with the toothbrush.
I have to clean that.
Get the
so
grout.
that's how I know that. But like when Holly, when we got married, she's very clean. She's a nurse, and so she bleaches everything. And I'm not. I mean, like it's crazy that what she does, and like she doesn't like it unless it smells like bleach. And I guess that's
Yeah.
her sterilization. But it's
I had a client one time tell me that, well, you guys must not be cleaning because I can't smell bleach. And I'm like, well, we don't use bleach in every surface because it's very harmful and dangerous.
well, she didn't care about my
So,
well-being.
Now,
She does not care.
we do have
Bleach Febreze for that fresh bleach scent.
some chemicals that have, products that have bleach in them, and that is necessary in certain situations. But if you put bleach on the wrong thing, it could cause problems. And if you spill it on the carpet, it's going to, make that carpet look bad, and you'll never get that stain looking.
I don't think she
out of
cleans the carpet with bleach.
But you never know; you could spill it.
Oh,
so I don't
Yeah,
like
if
my
you're
people
klutzy.
walking around.
No,
So we have staff. We have staff killing, high level surgical medical
Yeah.
grade
and that's
products.
staff with PH, not a double F. You don't want to kill the employees.
Correct.
All right. We
So-
are making sure that we get this straight.
We have anything from the lowest level of toxicity all the way to the highest level to kill as much bacteria and germs as you need. So we were cleaning a surgeon's office one time. It was a dermatology, but he did a lot of surgical work, and he wanted a certain product. And this product was rated with the hospitals as one of the higher level products to use. It's called Staph Attack. And
Okay.
so we had to use that
Clever
product
name.
on every surface. And so that's what we did. And, we're certified to use those kind of products, but we also use, just straight up Fabuloso sometimes cut down really lightly because that smell can get to you. But if you cut it down really light with a lot of water, you can make that a very good cleaner. And with a nice light aroma is okay. But sometimes the aroma's
I
too
want
strong.
to pass out.
Well, doesn't
That's how-
bleach
that's how
mixed
that
with
was.
something can like make cyanide gas or something?
Oh, yeah, you have to be careful. Yeah.
It's
Holly doesn't
like
know
bleach and
anything.
something else. I can't remember what
We
it
have
is.
some acid toilet bowl cleaner that takes out huge amounts of rust stains and, basically bleaches the bowls and cleans them really good. But when you pour that in there, you have to be really careful not to be over the top of the bowl because even if you're wearing a mask over your mouth and nose, it can burn your eyes.
Yeah. It's like cleaning the
so
pool. I
It's
used to
pretty
do that.
serious stuff. Yeah. So you have to
That
be
stuff
really
is fun.
careful and you have to know what you're doing to make that happen. But one of the other tips I can give you, and this is good in the home or in the office that we do quite often is when we clean blinds, mini blinds or
Okay.
wood blinds
Yeah.
or any kind of blinds on the windows, we come back across it with a dryer sheet.
Or
Okay?
like a bounce thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a bounce or even the Kroger dryer sheet. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter whichever dryer sheet you want. But what that does is it creates an static, so the dust doesn't stick as quickly. And so you might go 3 months now without cleaning your blinds instead of cleaning them every month. So ladies out there, you might just try dryer sheets on your blinds and give yourself a little break for a month or two.
And at my house, I am the lady there. So,
You-
honey,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of the mini blinds. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it works really good on surfaces, and that it doesn't have to be just your clothes. You can
Mhm.
wipe that on anything, and it repels the dust.
Well, Dick
from
uses them
sticking
for his
Yeah.
underarm deodorant pads.
to it.
It helps him out. So maybe you can answer this question for me. I see a lot of these products that say kill 99% of all germs. That 1% that survives, what is that, man? Because that scares me.
Yeah, dude, I don't know
That-
that
that-
1%.
Yeah. Is it like some super germ out of a Stephen King story? What is it?
It's probably some bacteria that actually helps you.
Well, I feel bad because now I'm killing all the lesser ones that can get me. So I've just got this one super germ ready.
There
to
is
just kill me.
bacteria in your body that you need to function, so we
Right.
don't want to kill that.
Right. I know. Right.
We want to kill everything else.
That's why they had the
and
probiotic.
listener Brett lets you know bleach plus ammonia, big cloud of chlorine gas.
That's it. Bleach plus
So-
ammonia. Thank you so much for that. I will definitely
Stay
keep
Good thing
far,
we
far
don't.
away.
Good thing we don't have ammonia in the house because I can see Holly doing that.
If you're not a professional, don't mix your chemicals.
Well, see, now if you're ever planning on killing her, we have proof that you know this, so you can't use that route now. You have to go.
Did
somewhere
you
else.
did you see that article about that dude falling into a vat of sulfuric acid in Michigan?
No, I missed that.
Yeah, but it was already at like 180 degrees or something like that. So it like double burned him, and he's dead.
Imagine.
I was just about to say, I hope so. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to survive that
But he
one.
fell into a vat of it.
How do you fall into a big vat of acid?
I don't know, but they wouldn't.
Surely
release
there
any
are
of the footage.
railings and stuff.
I mean,
I would think.
I
Were
did
there
see
cameras?
I did see an episode of Lucifer where he committed suicide, but that was the twist. He jumped in the vat of chemicals.
That's right. I remember that one.
So maybe that was the case. Sorry to ruin that episode for everyone.
Spoilers.
But that's cool. Well, Mike, I really appreciate you coming in and letting folks know what you do. CleanSweepOfficeCleaning.com, or just call. They have a phone number. You're more face to face, and well, you got to be because you got to come see the location.
Yeah, I come out and visit every office up front just to make sure. A lot of people are like, "Hey, will you come out and visit?" Well, yeah, we come out and visit. We like to look at the space, get to meet you, get to know you. I want you to see who I am and who we are.
Well,
what
you
we
know
do.
what? Like, what would you say is one of the reasons why people like let go cleaning crews? Because that's one of those kind of things. Everyone's always looking for a good cleaning crew. Is it like
Mhm.
complacency, or is it just that one day by the line of the suns and all that kind of stuff that it's just a bad thing happens? And
Well, there's 2 or 3 things that
because
that
you're the
I've
owner
heard.
of Clean Sweep Office Clean, so you
Yes.
know.
So if you don't respond when there's an issue, like right away, and take care of it, then they feel like you're not taking care of them. So we're dealing with people here, okay? And people make mistakes. The only thing we can do is react and respond to those issues that might happen. One of the other things that I hear quite often is they get complacent and they stop doing what they said they were going to do, or what they did in the beginning. They're not doing
Like the
anymore.
dryer sheets or something like that.
Well, just like they're not sweeping like they used to, or they're not cleaning like they used to. They're just getting in and out of there, okay? And it's not cool sometimes because the clients notice when they're in their office and they see things and they see the same stuff, and they'll even throw stuff on the floor in the corner and let it sit there for a week or two and let you know, hey, it's been there for like a week. What happened? So you have to keep your eyes.
Yeah, they
out.
set up traps.
I have a process that I put in place a while back to provide a little bit more attention to detail and not overwhelm my people. So it's a higher level of cleaning. And so what we do is basically there's 4 weeks in a month, right? First week we come in, if we're cleaning once a week, say we just come in and we do the regular cleaning like we've committed to do, right? The second week we come in and we do the regular cleaning like we've committed, but then we look up high for details on the ceiling, cleaning the vents, dusting the corners, cobwebs, things like that, ceiling fans. So then everything starts to fall, right? So the third week we come in and we look eye level. We do doorknobs, light switches, ledges, things like that. And then the fourth week they focus on the floor. And so on
Yeah,
a
that
regular
makes sense.
basis, every other, every third or fourth week, you're getting a little bit more detail. My people aren't overwhelmed with all the detail. They can just focus on little areas each week. And then it maintains a higher level of clean and also provides us with the better perception out there in the marketplace that we're always, taking care of it. If you don't keep your people on top of their game the whole time, they're going to slack off. So that's just a little thing I put in place to help my people stay focused, provide a little extra detail, and help the clients know that they're getting a better job.
Cool.
CleanSweepOfficeCleaning.com.
There you go.
Bam.
All right.
Give me a call, 832-689-7996.
Okay, cool. There are no ones or zeros on that, so you can make probably a mnemonic out of that. Like, I had one of my ex-wives, her phone number actually spelled out rat dump. Wouldn't you just want that number?
That would be not good.
Right.
All right, we got to go to our break, folks. Listen to a word from our partners and everything like that. So stick around. You've been listening to Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com, and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. We'll be back. We're here till 11 o'clock.
Cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Hey, Montgomery County and online listeners. Thank you so very much for checking out Jazzy Vibes with Soul. What? You haven't done so yet? Well, you've got to tune in. Hi, I am the host of Jazzy Vibes with Soul, Miss CeCe Holmes, and I invite you to check us out every Friday and Saturday from 7 until 9 p.m., where you will get the best in old school R&B and, of course, a little smooth jazz to make it jazzy. So tune in. That's right, tune in every Friday and Saturday right here on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM or worldwide at irlonestar.com.
An estimated 1 in 10 births will result in a neonatal intensive care stay, also known as the NICU. Overnight, a family can find themselves and their newborn baby in a critical situation. The Mila Foundation financially and spiritually assists families in need. If you would like to volunteer or become a monthly sponsor, please visit us at www.themilafoundation.org. Again, that's www.themilafoundation.org, because every life matters.
A Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for summer internship opportunities, a Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to grab the mic and be on the air. A Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world all year round. Be an on-air personality, talk show producer, or YouTube, TV, podcast editor. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show, with monthly and weekly slots available in Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Path to the Plate is a research-based education program that helps consumers understand how their food choices impact their health by making the connection to agriculture. Learning about how food is grown and produced, and how consumers can make better food choices for themselves and their families, Path to the Plate is all about dispelling myths and misconceptions. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
For those of you who like your partners, your gumbo, and your music salty, well, we're here to help with the music. Julian Shea here, host of Lone Star Country Nights Thursday, your weekly dose of roots and Americana and all the music that makes this part of the country special. We stir in Western swing, honky-tonk, Zydeco, Texas blues, outlaw country, and put a pinch of red dirt, and then we smoke it over a slow fire. Then listen to the results Thursday nights on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
Remember to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on your computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. Lone Star Community Radio broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
From the beginning, the main purpose of the Cooperative Extension Service has been to change human behavior by teaching people how to apply the results of scientific research. By utilizing a holistic, multi-level approach, Extension family and community health programs encourage health and well-being for everyone. Addressing values, concerns, and needs with reliable science-based information, Extension programs help people lead healthier lives. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Does volunteering at a nonprofit horse sanctuary sound wonderful? Or are you a veteran or a veteran spouse and think trying a peer group session through a local Horses and Heroes equine program might be worth trying? Henry's Home Horse and Human Sanctuary, located in Grand Central Park by appointment only, is home to a growing number of rescued and donated horses. Visit our website at henryshomehorsesanctuary.org or check out our Facebook at Henry's Home Horse and Human Sanctuary for more information.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
And we're back. It is 10:05. Sorry for that extended break. If you didn't know, Mike was evaluating our new space. So
cool.
So cool.
I'm telling you, when I get like an office, I'm calling Clean Sweep.
So that's cleansweepofficecleaning.com. Mike Mughal is the main man to talk to, and he'll set you up right. And we appreciate him being a partner with the show.
Right. Now, off the air, we did ask him, because listener Dennis asked, on behalf of me, and I appreciate it, Dennis, how you get rid of mold and mildew after a flooding. And I think Mike and listener Brett pretty much had the same idea. Just burn the sucker down,
Yeah, I always tell
gallon of kerosene.
You go to the store and there's this product called Diamond matches.
Okay.
And they are a great way to start it off on the right foot.
Well, I told you how in my neighborhood someone did that. I was talking after
Oh, yeah, weren't they down the road?
Yeah,
from you?
1 block away.
Yeah.
The lady found
That is
out that her
some
house,
funny stuff,
she was not covered at all, and the next day it magically burned down.
All right. So let's do a little announcements before we get into the headline news, because I know we missed each other for the past 2 days. I'm sorry for the confusion on the schedule this week.
Well, that was me. My mother was up in Maryland watching my niece had this huge show.
Isn't there a Texas, Maryland?
You mean Maryland, Texas?
Yeah. Is that where she was?
No, she was in the Commonwealth or state of Maryland.
Oh.
And
They're still part of us?
Yeah. All 50.
I'm waiting for someone.
The
to drop
original
out.
13 are still there. And that's why I think they won't add Puerto Rico as the 51st state because it just messes up the flag. You know, where are you going to put that extra star?
The media doesn't want us to like our country, so they don't want that.
I like it enough for all of us.
I'm proud
But
to be.
you know what? That song, I liked it until I found out that Lee Greenwood actually re-recorded it as Proud to be a Canadian. I am not joking. It's the exact same song.
Proud to be an
Canadian.
America. No, America. We're one of the Americas.
America. That's right. Still America. Yeah, so Lee Greenwood, you lost
say
me as a
that
listener.
song is about the Americas, not about North America, or not like.
Yeah, true. America does count as North America.
Yeah, and Central America and South
but
America.
he went on, and even with that, he still went on and re-recorded it as Proud to be a Canadian.
That's funny.
But anywho, so my mother was up in Maryland, and her flight happened to be pushed to smack dab in the middle of the show, and it was Hobby Airport. It was not Intercontinental, so that was some early morning driving.
All right. Well,
so that's why we were out. So that one's on me.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But I'm yours, Dick, for today through the rest of the week and all next week. You want me? You got me.
Well, we got a ticket giveaway, and I just updated our Facebook info. I just realized it was incorrect, so I'm sorry for those folks who got confused. 42nd Street is being performed by Stage Right over at the historic Crichton Theater all the way through the February 24th. If you're interested in tickets, you can get them online at stage-right.org or call the box office at 936-441 and then show, which is 7469. But we are giving away 2 tickets, so you got to enter. We're going to give away all the way through the showings, so all the way through February 24th. Pick any show if you win. So all you got to do is just message on Facebook and all that kind of good stuff.
There you
So
go.
there you go. That's our giveaway, this part.
Awesome. Now, listener Brett did, of course, properly point out that Central America is part of North America, which means that I'm expecting Lee Greenwood any moment now to re-record a song as Proud to be Nicaraguan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got nowhere to go with that. Just,
Okay.
you know.
Well, let's move on to common things going on around the current news.
Current news.
So anything. So we had the Grammys. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
The only thing I have paid attention to is they finally announced for the Oscars who they're cutting out during the live performance when it comes down to announcing certain categories.
Do you have those?
So top of my head, it was cinematography, art direction.
Are you kidding me?
Makeup, and then editing. So
most, you can't have a movie without those 4.
So I want you to know, I love the conspiracy theories. I love reading them. So the conspiracy theory here is
that Who's Watch It is getting all 4 of those?
Well, Disney isn't nominated for some of those. So their theory is like the short animation. Like, why wouldn't they cut short animation or document? You know, those things that really don't
foreign
affect,
language
but
documentary.
Apparently, every award, I think if I'm incorrect, every award that is going to be televised, Disney has a movie in it. So that's what the conspiracy theory is. But I think it's kind of crazy to me because what most people think they're just cutting out completely. From what I understand, what they're doing is the live broadcast of the award is going to be cut, but they're going to re-edit it and put it back into the actual show. And I don't know how that cuts time off, but does that make sense to you?
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
I don't really know.
Unless they can cut out the 30 seconds it takes to get to the podium.
Well, they don't have a host, so they cut that out. So it's going to be the presenters only. So that's going to cut time.
Yeah, because you won't have the opening monologue.
Yeah. So the thing about this, like their time is already short. So I don't know why they would make this decision, but yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of excited. On the ticket stub we do a game where you win the golden dude. We have a golden statue dude, and you pick the winners. We all have a little call sheet, and we did it. So hopefully I think it's the 28th. That's when our show is. We're gonna see who wins the golden dude. I think I'm pretty good at picking the winners.
And I will use this in the proper sense of the phrasing. I could not care less.
Oh, I just like.
I am incapable of caring
I just like playing
any less.
games.
Well, I'll get that, but I may as well throw darts at the dartboard to pick winners and losers because I don't think I've seen any of the movies, not even Black Panther.
Well, because a lot of people are expecting this to be the lowest viewed Oscars ever, which doesn't surprise me because of the controversies with not finding a host all that kind of stuff. But really, and also remember, I mean, if you think about it, if you like did a little search between 2017 and 2019 of Oscar stuff, they've gone through a lot of shifts. They announced that one category, most popular film, then they retracted that, like, oh, we're not doing that, and then they had a host, oh, not a host, we're looking for a host, no, actually, we're just not going to have a host at all, oh, then we're going to exclude some of these categories from the live broadcast. And I mean, like, I don't really know what they're trying to figure out, because I was reading that ABC pays $75 million to premiere this on their channel. And they have to make that money back somehow, which I understand, and I don't think it'd be too hard to
Ad revenues.
Sell $75 million
and
or
showing
more.
trailers for the movies.
Yeah, and so I don't really know what the real issue is, why they're shaking it up so much. Because I will say that, I mean, the Oscars has lost its glamour.
Yeah, it's you're exactly right. It's like, it used to be you dress up in your tux and your evening gown and it was a gala, and now it's like, you know, show up in shorts and a t-shirt, almost like the tuxedo shirt printed on a t-shirt. I absolutely agree with you. It's lost that appeal that you wanted to tune in for 3 hours to see how the other half lived, and now all we did.
Well, my theory on the ticket sale we were talking about was the lack of talent being focused just on filmmaking today. Is, you know, there's a pool of talent in the creative world, and now with so many options, with like Netflix, stage production, like TV, high production TV, the talent is being spread. So basically, the movie industry has been suffering because they can't make movies that are, like, you know, very good constantly. Because if you look at the Best Picture nominations, none of them seem like, oh, this is going to be this year's Godfather.
Correct.
So, and Oscars really needs that kind of power, because people want to see the justification of, oh, what they thought was a good movie needs awards.
But I agree with you. I have a feeling that this will be the lowest rated. Now, here's something interesting. So the Grammy Awards, number of viewers actually went up slightly than last year. It went up about 100,000 extra viewers, which is not a whole bunch. But still, at least it's not you just seen this nosedive amongst sports and award shows. However, it is a new record low amongst adults 18 to 49.
Oh, yeah.
Which means that the 100,000 that they picked up are all, I can guarantee you, no one my age, no one in their 50s was watching the Grammy, you know, like tuned in that didn't tune in last year.
If you search the Grammys hashtag,
so it's the 14-year-olds.
And stuff like that, there was a not majority, but there's a lot of people wondering who these people were. Because one guy, I read an article arguing that the Grammys totally jumped the shark because they started giving awards to people who make singles on iTunes. And it's no longer like the album. It's no longer, you know, the career. It's more of like, oh, they had a hot new song, became very popular, and that's why they win a Grammy.
Yep.
And so a lot of people don't have what he said, like the devotion to that artist.
So you have your Instagram or your YouTube followers, your teeners and your tweeners. They're the ones that, you know, I'm sure some old people like me tuned in. I didn't, but I mean, old people my age would have tuned in to watch the Dolly Parton thing. But apparently someone was singing with Dolly Parton and they got busted for trying to steal Dolly Parton's spotlight. Like trying to outsing Dolly Parton. I don't know. That's how little engaged I am with the Grammys. But it is interesting to know that even though the total viewership went up a hair.
It's almost like they should do the Grammys every other year. Because to me, music needs to be consumed for a while to really see how good the artist is. Because when you do single release, because the only reason I know this is through the radio, is we get singles on Clockwork. And they have the summer releases, then they have their fall release, and then they sometimes do in between.
Like films.
And so it's like you only get 1 or 2 songs from the whole album. And then they come out with a new album within the next 2 years. So it's like, really, you got to let these albums saturate in the market of like, oh, man, that's a really good album because we've been listening to it for the past year.
I think they can give the Grammys, keep it annual, but they need to cut down the number of categories.
Okay.
You know,
or swap them. You know, swap, like, hey, this year we're doing, you know, we're focusing on metal and all that stuff. And the next year we're focused on hip-hop. And
there you go. And the Oscars, I think that's why they're kind of messing it up this year, because the cinematographer is the actual person who's looking through the camera and capturing, you know, that's not the director usually. The director is sitting in a chair saying, give me the, you know, it's up to the cinematographer. to get the beauty shots, to make sure the lighting is proper and the landscape, whatever. And then the editor gets hundreds upon hundreds of hours of footage, and it's up to the editor, not the director, to put it all together. So and makeup, that especially if you have a show, a period piece, costumes and makeup can make a show. It's like on stage. So these categories that they're pretending are lesser, but keeping in best foreign language film, they are really messing with the pooch on this one. They need to keep those ones in because those are what makes movies. Those are what people get into movies for. There are very few directors. You either want to be an actor, or if you want to be in production, you want to be an editor. You want to be a cinematographer, director of photography, something like that. A makeup expert, a costumer. And so I think Oscars are really dropping the ball.
So we got listener Dennis on our Facebook asking opinion on local awards like the Montes and things like that. What one thing that I never fully understood about awards in any regard is based off of who's voting and how do we get to that conclusion. Because that's what really turned me off for the Oscars is a lot of the voters can either be bribed or they never even seen the movie or so they don't vote for it. So I see that kind of bothers me with the voting pool, with that award ceremony.
Well, it's like the Olympics. You can get the Ukrainian judge who, votes 0.2 because there's a political thing going on.
Yeah.
I remember Katarina Witt. Now, in regards to the Montes, and as a Monty winner and Monty loser, I've been on both sides of this. So I can respond to that. I think the best award show out there is the People's Choice Awards. Because they don't even pretend that it's nothing but a popular vote. This is, these are kids. And
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is going to win Best Mexican Food. Twilight's going to win Best Romance because that's the audiences that are voting for it. So there's no pretending.
I think even the Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards had some reasonable outcomes.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point because you get with your audiences.
Whatever the MTV Movie Awards, they have Best Kiss. To me, that's funny.
That's why I'm all about those. Now, from the Oscars down to the Montes, let me phrase this properly. When I say there's a lack of transparency, I'm not saying that there's a conspiracy or anything, but you don't know what made them vote for the best movie or the best stage musical, either the Oscars or the Montes. And some things were, I'll just have to come out and say it. In last year's Montes, there were some set design nominations that made me, and I won't speak for anyone else, really raise my eyebrows.
Well, okay, so let me give you my opinion because I've actually been on the voting side for the Montes. I've been a golden ticket or whatever you want to call it. And the thing that I realized going to see all those plays that year was I'm not qualified to judge somebody on certain categories.
Right.
And I when I was the judge, I always looked at it from an audience person like myself, never seen probably 80% of these plays, never heard of them, never understood what the whole point of it is. But it also opened my eyes to be enamored with the production. I saw that play, Lion
in Winter?
The Lion in Winter, I think it was.
Yeah, The Lion in Winter.
And I've never seen it, never understood, never heard of it, but I loved it. And I was like, why do I like something that seems so boring?
Dialogue.
And that's what I was just like, this is a lot of fun. And so I was like, all right. So for me, the Montes is more of you're getting people who are judging it, who are not, in a sense, a competition quality level. I'm not a lifelong set director, and so I'm not going to judge you because, that's not who I am.
Right.
Now, and I guess you can correct me with the Academy Awards. I think everyone can vote for Best Picture.
Right, but your category is determined by fellow experts in that category.
So is that true or is that not true?
That's what I hear. Because I actually looked into that saying, for that very purpose, why would a costumer be voting on Best Cinematography?
Yes.
And vice versa.
So I wonder if that's true or not, because that would kind of change my perspective a little bit.
But even then,
But that also, what's messed up is they might not even see that movie. So it's kind of like, you only have to watch 5 movies, dude. Or 10 movies or whatever, because I know how they reach who goes all the way is they do a full vote and the percentage of the votes go and they put you placed. Well, at least that's what they do for Best Picture. That's why you don't get 10 every year. You always get random because you have to hit a certain percentage point.
Right.
But the Montes, to me, you can't really judge the winners off of the Oscar level performances because the judges aren't the high quality judges. So to me, that award ceremony is more of a fun thing.
And
like treat it as a fun thing. Don't treat it as like, I'm the best of the best because
that's a very good point, because also with stage, you have, think about the gamut of stage. Now with film, at least they all, you have a film, it's all connected with, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. With a stage musical, you can have a model, you can have a one-man show, you can have 2 people, you can have a musical with 50 people. And so the musicals tend to win monies because you have 50 people in them. So that means spectacle. It may not be the best play that's been put on all year.
Well, to give you an idea, the Young Texas Artists competition that happens over at the Crichton Theater every year, those judges are experts in those fields.
Right.
So to me, if someone said, hey, I won that, I'd be like, you are very good. But if someone brought me a money, I'd be like, oh, yeah, cool. Like, I don't think it is the same level as a Young Texas Artist because of who I know.
Oh, absolutely.
Who's judging.
And I've won awards that I'm very proud of, and I've won awards like, seriously, that award and $3 buys me a cup of coffee at Starbucks. But it's the recognition. Now, one thing I do want to respond to Dennis on, because I'll probably have an answer that may surprise him. He's saying that when you have award ceremonies where they say the winner, and the winner is so-and-so, that implies losers. And like, for instance, the Oscars have actually changed that. It used to be, and the winner is, now it's the Oscar goes to for that very purpose. For the most part, I'm opposed to that. There are winners and there are losers. And if it's the best director or the best musical, then you won that award. You weren't given that award. You won it. So on that end, I got no problem being an also-ran. One money I won, and another one I didn't. And I'm not crushed by it.
One thing that
because someone was better than I was.
It's kind of like, it's also like the psychology of, you're an actor, you're part of the community theater. What impact does the mentality have on the monies have on you? And some people I can totally see, like, I'm doing this, I chose this play because I want to win a money. Because I know if I get Richie, I'm gonna get that money.
Are you gonna audition for Richie?
No, I'm not. And I will be someone in the background. I will do that, but I'm not showing up every day.
I'll see you this Sunday, my friend. I will see you there.
Not show up.
I will see you Sunday.
I look clean cut. I can do it. I can look all right. But no, I think that changed the mentality when it was announced. Now what are they in their 9th year or something like that?
I think so.
And it's just kind of like, all right, is this really affecting the community theater around here? Because I bet you it creates buzz for some actors who want to take it real seriously.
Oh, absolutely.
Say I'm an actor in South Houston. I'm like, you know what? I want to win one of those monies. I'm going to drive the 2-hour drive, to get there and do that.
Well, I think an award encourages competition. That encourages outside.
Now, is that healthy for the community theater?
It depends on how seriously you take it. If someone walks around, I got a money.
Because I think it's neat. I think it's neat to have an award because you're still talking about something about community theater. I like that because it promotes more stuff. It gives you one more reason to talk about it. And I think a lot of people will interact with that in a positive light. But then I think there's a lot of individual folks who are up for awards cry after because they don't win. And I think it's kind of silly to think that you're not good enough because you didn't win. And I know I don't mean to take a diss at people who are the loser mentality. I wouldn't put that much emotional effort, but I'm not an actor. And
some actors need the validation, but if you're in community theater, you're not in any immediate danger of winning a Tony or an Obie award. So, you take it in stride. Now, I want to finish off my thought yes, I believe winners and losers. However, I was a YMCA soccer coach for 2 years where I had a team where it was a league where you don't keep score. There were no winners and losers. And now, of course, the parents did. And the funny thing is that in 2 years, the only game we won was our last game. And it was a scene right out of Parenthood. For 2 years, we just let our kids have fun out there, and we lost and lost.
Oh man, we might win.
Yeah, and as the last game was happening, we're in danger of winning, and you can almost hear the music building in the background. And when we won, the final whistle blew, and the kids are jumping all over me, and the parents are whooping and hollering. It was beautiful. So it may sound a little hypocritical, but there are times when you should have just you just show up and have fun. I don't think everyone should get a trophy for showing up. But like the YMCA soccer league where we didn't keep score, it was to teach skills and have fun because they were 6 years old.
Yeah.
But you don't have a 13-year-old soccer team where, everyone gets the thing for showing up. There are winners and there are losers. So that's my take, Dennis, and love to talk with you
Well,
about
he
it more
made a
off
good
the
comment
air.
here. He says he's conscious about all the kids in the community theater that lose.
Oh,
Now-
no, these need to be, yeah.
So I don't know what the categories are. I just remember it was kind of like the typical best art direction, best picture, best play, best musical. I don't really remember there being best kid.
But there may be best supporting actor when they did like Addams Family. I think
okay.
Ari, I think he was up and he was a great thing. But, you know,
Well,
so to
that's
put a
when-
13-year-old under that scrutiny, I'll agree with Dennis on that one. I think they should only be for adults.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Because like CYT, the youth theater here, that I don't think they have something
Well,
like
you know,
that.
let me ask you this as an actor: who's the joke in the Oscars who's always gets nominated? Is that Meryl Streep? Like her win,
She always wins.
Her win-lose ratio is pretty bad.
No, she wins.
Who's the
She's
one
nominated.
who's the one that gets nominated?
Oh,
all-
most nominated Oscar
and
loser.
never wins. I mean, there's those
Um,
people, and why don't you just? I mean, to be lucky enough to be nominated, that's where they're turning the nominations into more of a congratulations than the winners. Does that make? Have you seen that more?
Yeah.
But to me, it's all about hype. It's all about similar to what people do for promotion. And I think if anything, that's is it good press, bad press? At least it's press. All bad press is good press.
Yeah, for the most part.
So I mean, I think if speaking of the local award shows, I think it's important to keep talking about it any way possible. So if an award show brings more people talking about it, I say go for it. Now
I think the pros of something like the Monties outweigh the cons, and there are pros and cons with any.
well,
any
it's kind of
situation.
shocking to me they haven't set an age limit for nominations.
There's that. I would, you
But
did
then
out
again-
yourself as a golden ticket holder. Here's
Then
the
again,
thing.
hasn't a young person won an Oscar?
This is true, but for the
So-
most part, they don't. Very rarely is that person put up for that. You got Ricky Schroeder, Anna Paquin. These are the two kids that I'm thinking of that actually won. Tatum O'Neal, and of course, you got to look at where they are now. How they've done.
But and like I said to the folks who might be up for a Monty, like I don't see why you wouldn't be able to understand that the award for this particular award is judged by people who aren't experts. So I wouldn't hold it that close to my chest that like, oh, I lost because I suck. Like I'd be like,
Exactly.
no, like you shouldn't be feeling that way because one, logically, the people who judged it are like mom and dads, and maybe there might be one or two who are like,
And there are always
experts.
upsets. To this day, there are people convinced that Marissa Tomei
Like,
did not
to give
deserve the Oscar. There's upsets.
To give you an example, like when I got devastated when I didn't win something, I went to a summer camp, and I went there for 9 years.
Band camp?
No, it was a cowboy camp.
Oh my
And
God.
So, well, it was an outdoorsman camp.
Yeah,
It was-
just
so
picturing you
I
in
call it a
chaps.
cowboy. Well, I mean, like we basically when you got older, you got to learn how to ride and do inoculations and all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun.
I wish I
And-
could quit, you dick.
And there was a secret society within the camp every year you get promoted if you did certain, like if you're a good sportsman, if you were
Gotcha.
a leader.
Okay.
It's kind of like a leadership camp kind of thing.
Okay.
Well,
With cowboys.
So cowboy riding was part of it.
I'm still not going to
And
let you live
So
this
like
down.
the younger kids at Indian Lore, like the younger, and so
Yeah,
that
I
kind of
gotcha.
stuff. Well, anyway, I got into the society at the youngest age possible, and my brother was also three brothers ran it, and my brother, second oldest brother, won the nomination or they call it the chief at the when the end of the 9 years.
Okay.
So every year you get promoted, and then at the final year, if you were at the youngest, you are the most eligible to get the highest thing. So it was me and 3 other dudes, and I lost. And I was like, and this took like 8 years to get there.
Wow.
So I was like, how did I lose? I was really upset by it. And my mom kind of laughed because the person who won got in trouble because he snuck tobacco into the camp. So my mom's like, technically he should be kicked out, but it's okay to lose, basically.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of funny to me. I was like, why am I so upset about this? I can show you pictures of me, It was like a big deal.
I want those
It was
pictures.
a lot of fun. That was one of the most fun times. My nephew's in it now. And so I try to encourage him just to be, a good sport about everything and have fun because it was an interesting time where I started learning about leadership, learning about hierarchies and then, responsibilities to younger children and that kind of stuff. Because that's kind of the places, like if you were in a higher ranking, you were required to keep an eye on the younger ranking people. And it was just kind of like one of those kind of things.
Oh, well, my school in England, I became prefect, and
Yeah.
that was a big honking deal. Not everyone gets it, and it's to carry on the tradition. So yeah, there are winners and losers, and like I said, I know I sound kind of duplicitous when I say that there's times when there's a winner and loser, and there's a time when the Oscar goes to, and it's like you don't say the presidency goes to so and so. It's he won the election, she won the election. So but there's an age limit.
Would you say,
and
like
context.
for the Monties, would you say to improve the award ceremony is to have those qualified judges?
I think that would help because a lot of the raised eyebrows come from obviously there are favorites, and I'm not saying this is unfair. You know, you put on a glitzy production, let's say like My Fair Lady was a beautiful glitzy production, and very few plays could hold a candle to that for sheer spectacle, because a lot of money went into it, so the production values went up. So sometimes there's a play that's like, okay, most of our budget went to the costumes for Hello Dolly. So your play, we got to do a small play with, bare walls, and you bring your own costume.
How do you compare to that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But let's say that small play was some of the most intense characterizations going on. But if you have just someone going, oh, hello, and I'm not picking on Hello Dolly, it was the first one that popped in my head. And it won a lot of awards. And I think rightfully so, it won a lot of awards. But I do believe if you have a popular vote, if this were a popular vote where it was open to everyone who went to Conroe Theater, there would be a lot fewer raised eyebrows. But with the secret judges, and you wonder what's your qualifications. What do you know about set design, lighting design? You can now the thing is I may not know art, but I know what I like, and you may say, okay, I liked the lighting in this. But maybe the design wasn't what an expert would look at and say, well, there were cold spots here, or this should have been done, or this was actually stolen from another show.
But also, you're requiring a judge to see 8, not 10 productions.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. I think it's kind of.
Well, here's the thing. That's another question. We're pretty confident that not all the judges came to one of our shows.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of hard to set a parameter, and then especially like I said, to all the Monty people who care about that kind of stuff. Like, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it as like the highest thing you can achieve, because it's just what the equation that adds up to you winning doesn't really matter.
Now, all this being said, I like the Monties, the concept of them, and Dennis and I kind of I think disagree on this. I'm all for healthy competition, a night. I wish that they opened it up to more than just the 2 theaters. You want to open up the Monties, do it for performances and productions. Let's put Mornings with Lone Star up against Afternoons with Lone Star, for best radio show.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, best.
Well, I would win.
Well, we would win, yeah.
Yeah, I would. No, just me.
Oh, favorite morning host?
I mean,
dude.
I would win.
No, I can pay off people a lot better than you can. But that's what I'm saying. It's Crichton versus Owen, which there's competition, but it's like there's more arts out there than that. Let's expand it a little bit. Let's have the judges be kind of versed in what to look for at the very least, instead of saying, well, I like the play because people laughed and applauded.
Well, especially with the lineup choices, I wonder if I don't really know how they pick what plays they're doing, but does that affect the Monties? Does it affect that decision a little bit?
Not necessarily. I really can't picture either the Crichton or the Owen.
That's the only thing that would
shows
get me weary on having that kind of ceremony, because a lot of the decision making is based off of, we got to beat the Owen Theater this year. Let's go all out.
Now, once the seasons are announced and the directors are chosen, I guarantee you, we directors kind of together and separately say, okay, what do I do to beat?
How's Happy Days going to compete with a more serious? Because to me, I don't think Happy Days is like a drama.
No, it's a fluffy comedy. It's an expanded episode of a 1970s sitcom. So my job, and I'm not trying to get monies out of it, but my job as director of that is to have tight choreography, really good choreography, good costumes. You don't want to have everyone dressed up in the 50s and then someone walk in with 1970s corduroy. So costuming is very important. Voices. You want to make sure people can sing well. The band, we're going to use live music for this. So, you want to have the best band, and I have a small budget, relatively speaking, it's like Scotty with the Enterprise. I got to divert power from the warp engines to the phasers. You may have to divert money from props to set pieces or from costumes to music or whatever. So yeah, I would always like to win more awards, whether it's a Monty or, a Tony, but my job as director is to put on the best show.
Yeah.
That being said, we will be comparing seasons. It's like, okay, my fluffy musical is up against their fluffy musical. And I'll be the first one to say, what do I need to do to get more people to vote for my fluffy musical over the other fluffy musical? And that's what healthy competition is. And if I lose, which I most likely will, you know what? I'll get just as drunk at the after party. I'll be happy as a clam.
There you go. We'll be back. We got more talk coming your way. It is 10:37 here on Lone Star Community Radio, and we'll be right back.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Statistics show that 1 out of every 6 Texans struggles with food insecurity and hunger. And many people don't eat enough fruits and vegetables every day. The Better Living for Texans program is here to help you learn how to make healthy menu choices, save money at the grocery store, prepare quick and delicious meals, get more good nutrition in your day, and get more physical activity. Classes are fun, friendly, interactive, and free, and taught in English and Spanish. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your questions. Get seen on TV, YouTube, and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Support your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris. And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
Have a legal question? Are you a resident of Montgomery County? Call 281-645-6344 to talk to a volunteer attorney from the Woodlands Bar Association. We answer the phones on the first Monday of every month at 281-645-6344 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. to provide general legal information and information about legal resources to Montgomery County residents.
Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for a summer internship, Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to learn the radio and TV business. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776. Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world.
At the car wash, whoa, 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 talking about the car wash, yeah.
And we're back
Come on, y'all, and sing it.
on Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com. Partners with Bean Punk Coffee, Clean Sweep OfficeCleaning.com, and of course, Creative Content Creations, C3 Memories. And we were just talking about award ceremonies like the Oscars and, of course, the locally controversial Monty Awards. And I'm just kidding, it's probably not that controversial. But welcome back. We're on irlonestar.com, Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and, of course, Facebook Live. So, moving on, we got a couple more minutes. We will be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, to make up for our lost days. So, we will be here tomorrow. Will we be here tomorrow?
We will be here tomorrow. Dick, I am all yours. How can I have Valentine's Day without my dick?
But I'm leaving right at 11 because I got to start my smoker.
Okay, so
that's part of my special thing for Holly. I'm smoking.
There will be, Skippy will have a dick-filled show on Valentine's Day till 11 o'clock, and then you are out of here. So no dick after 11.
No dick after 11. There you
Okay,
go. That's a
but
new
full
rule.
dick between 9 to 11
Yes. So I'm really excited about it because there's a lot of stuff going on. I love the political talk we have, and a lot of people are running for stuff. And, we have, Beto and then Trump arguing.
Did you see the dueling?
So that's kind of fun.
They had 10,000
El
people
Chapo
on one side.
was finally
80.
convicted.
Yeah, so he's
And
going
so
to
we
the
got that.
Alcatraz of the Rockies, ADX Florence. You know who's going to
Wow.
be sharing space with? The World Trade Center bomber, the Unabomber, the Boston Marathon bomber. This is the Supermax. This is ADX Florence. The Alcatraz of the Rockies is what it's called.
That's cool.
Because, El Chapo's been known to escape from time to time. So this could turn into one of those Mission Impossible movies with Black Hawk helicopters and mercenaries rappelling down. This could get gnarly. I'm not saying I hope this happens. I don't look forward to the loss of life of anyone, but it would be kind of cool if that went down.
Yeah.
I have to admit. So yeah, El Chapo go bye-bye. And did you hear that Ted Cruz has put forward he's talking about pushing forward a bill, Senator Ted Cruz, to have El Chapo's assets pay for the wall or for a big portion of it. So technically Mexico would be paying for the wall.
It makes me question where we're the receipts of what our government spends money on. Cause it's like, it bothers me that there's so much discussion on where to spend money, but I always felt like our government just spent money that we never really had like a backing to.
Mhm.
It was just like some arbitrary, we need billions of dollars for this. We need billions of dollars for that. I was listening to this really interesting guy on, of course, I always mention Joe Rogan, but he had some really good guests this week. He had this guy who's running for a Democratic president 2020. His name's Andrew Yang, but one of his biggest pushes is universal basic income. So he started going down like the stats of it, and it was pretty interesting that, depending on what perspective you had, he goes, we're already kind of doing universal basic income, but we're calling it, different programs.
Welfare.
So he was saying, a lot of misconception with universal basic income is you're saying everyone gets $1,000. Well, you don't include that on top of what people are already getting, if that makes sense. So if you're on a welfare program, you wouldn't get welfare plus $1,000. So he said the budget and everything's kind of misconstrued in the media and everything because of how much money I think he said it's upwards in the billions of how much welfare money we spend every year. So it's like, it is achievable and it's inevitable. That's what his theory is. So Elon Musk even said it's inevitable to do universal basic income, which is kind of shocking to me.
Well, there needs to be universal job availability.
Yeah.
In order to get it. It's like you want a universal income, you want to make $1,000 a month. Okay, McDonald's.
So
dig a ditch, run a company. I mean, doesn't matter. I'm not saying that digging a ditch or working at McDonald's are beneath people. But what I'm saying is that there are jobs available for everyone.
Yeah, and I think that's
so. If you want free money, you got to work for it. It's in my humble opinion.
But yeah, it was just interesting to see how money is being moved around in our government and how we come up every year in the budget it's just kind of it's interesting that you're so easy to take hostage of certain elements of the way we run our government, and then we don't. Because I mean, they were talking about the Trump wall and like how are we going to pay for it, and they got me thinking. I go, well, are we not paying money anyway right now? Like, there's literally no money going into our northern and southern borders.
Mhm.
Like, I know we're paying people to be there to check your passport, so that counts, right?
Well, here's the thing. The California bullet train has finally bit the dust.
I didn't even know about that until it was announced they were not doing it.
So the money spent on this bullet train that literally nothing was done on it. Just
So there's no
studies.
track. There's zero track.
There's nothing. Okay, literally. They spent $5.4 billion as of last December, which probably went up to $6 or $7 billion by now, which means that would have paid for the wall. No, I'm not for the wall in that context. What I'm saying is that's we're talking $5.1
so they
billion
didn't lay
for the
any
wall.
track?
Nothing.
I don't believe that.
Nothing.
So,
Seriously.
So you're saying $5 billion minimum went
Yep.
to where?
All studies.
I don't believe that.
Look it up. Look it up. Because here's the thing. You can't lay track and then say, well, we're just going to let grass grow over this track now. The thing was originally proposed at $39 billion. It went up to $77 billion, the cost. And after, finally the new governor said, it's over. It's gone. There's no way we can afford for this to happen. It's going to hit an additional tens upon tens of billions of dollars. And literally nothing to show for it. Not a single mile of track was
I
laid.
don't believe that.
Look it up.
Look
California
it up. We'll
bullet
talk about
train.
that tomorrow.
So, but that's what I'm saying. That was $5 billion that California could have used, that others could have used, that could
Well,
have
that's one thing
built the wall
I-
or helped Social Security. And it's literally nothing to show for it.
Because there's no way to hold accountability for a lot of those kind of things, and especially with the studies. Because to me, that if what you're saying is face value, if I take what you say at face value, somebody took money and put it in their pocket.
Oh, of course.
So that's a lot of money.
But
how does that go missing? Especially
Well, it's
in-
not missing. It's like,
No,
well,
I meant
was
spent. How's that money spent and
feasibility
not-
studies, contractor bids. But remember, this is over years. I think this was first proposed in 2012 is when the referendum passed with California voters.
Okay.
And
are you
I'm
doing?
looking at the Hoover Institution. It's giving me some details on that.
Well, I want to talk about that tomorrow. 'Cause I
Okay.
thought that was really interesting to see about basically a guy running for president just because he wanted to run on one policy, which was universal basic income, and it kind of like the Star Trek world, because I love Star Trek and I always like to see, okay, so how do you really get to the steps to that utopia? Which I don't know if it's really utopia, depending on what Star Trek you're watching.
The Federation is
Um,
pretty much communist. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but basically no money, everyone shares. But here's the thing. It's a perfect blending of capitalism and communism. That capitalism got to where you can have replicator technology is what made the Federation what it is.
Yeah.
You don't need money because no one ever has to go hungry.
Yeah.
Because we all have a replicator. So we can have food. It's going to turn your body waste into filet
So
mignon.
to give you another perspective, this Mr. Yang gave was, how in the past he said something about in the past 20 years the government's given bailouts, given stimulus packages to
Mhm.
certain companies, and he's like, so why can't we just call it a stimulus package for the people of the United States? And that way, if we gave everyone $1,000 every month as part of stimulating the economy,
I
stimulating.
will tell you why.
Why?
Because you give it to a business, they should and are expected to expand their operations,
Yeah.
hire more people, give back to produce a product, good service.
Well, he was just saying from the perspective, like, we're already doing
Okay,
this.
now you give $1,000 to someone saying this is your money for free. They're going to wait for the next 1,000. They're not going to
I
suddenly
don't
use
know
it to
about
get a
that.
job. No, that I guarantee you this because I saw it with Katrina and how FEMA was handing out $5,000 Visa cards to people.
Yeah.
Saying, here, rebuild. And all of a sudden, big screen TVs and new cars getting
Oh,
bought
yeah.
left and right
I don't doubt that.
and with subsidized housing. People, so you give it to a person, they're going to spend it. They're not going to give back to the community on it. You
So
give it to a business,
I'm
they're
not
gonna
for
give
a
back to the
university. I'm not for anything.
Yeah, but that's why this
I have
guy's
no
saying,
actual beliefs myself.
But that's my easy ABC primer response to this guy saying, well, why, if it works for businesses, why not people? Because businesses should, and if they don't, they'll get spanked hard. Give back, people won't.
Well, I meant more applying to the logic we always apply to, $5 billion from Chapo. Well, we can use that for the wall. You think that's logical, but that's not. No one ever works that way.
Mhm.
No one ever budgets like in Dave. And that's not real. In that movie, Dave. Is it Dave?
with Kevin Kline? Yeah.
And like, oh, he gets a CPA buddy to come over and they like, solve an issue. I don't know what issue it was, but it was a money issue. But that's not real.
There's
That's
a cute
not-
little video they have where they take like the national debt and debt ceiling and budget and stuff and cut out like most of the zeros to bring it down to like an annual family's income and outlay and putting into real terms. It's not, you can't get full answers on that. It's not that basic, but it is interesting to the concept of, okay, if I make $35,000 a year, but I'm going to be spending $900,000 a year because my kids, I'm going to take a loan out in their name. It's I'll see if I can find that video because it's something to post. It's discussion worthy.
Well, we can show videos now.
I know, it's
that's
so
kinda
cool.
And speaking of which, we got about 3 minutes left. So I wanted to send you a video, a trailer. This movie, Danny Boyle. You know who Danny Boyle is?
I know the name.
He did Trainspotting, and then he did.
Yeah, didn't he also? He was the guy that was in the End of the World movie where
That's Danny McBride.
Danny McBride. Thank you.
Danny Boyle is a director.
Danny
He's an
Boyle.
English director. Well, he's doing a movie called Yesterday. So the premise of this movie is a singer-songwriter who is, down on his luck, whatever. Magic, whatever happens, he's put back into the world where the Beatles never existed. So he starts singing Beatles songs and starts taking them as his own.
Nice.
And so I'm wondering how much the royalties cost to do all of it because he did a bunch of Beatles songs. So I like the premise. So y'all should check it out. I think it's called Yesterday. Yeah, the movie is called
they
Yesterday.
probably just gave Paul McCartney executive producer
or
credit.
whatever. Yeah, it looked funny and it looked different. That's
Cute,
what
I like
liked
that.
about it. So we'll show that tomorrow. We'll do that. But so
Can we talk about the latest Liam Neeson movie where in a staggering break from tradition, he plays a guy who is wronged by bad guys and goes out to kill them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie yet.
I really want to see a movie where he plays what you think is that role, and then like his wife does everything else, or his girlfriend.
Oh, put Liam Neeson back in the remake of Mr. Mom.
Yeah. You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio, Mornings with Lone Star. We're going to be closing up today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Special thanks to Mike Mogel of CleanSweepOfficeCleaning.com for coming in and talking about cleaning stuff. So if you missed that, check out our Facebook. We'll also be doing our YouTube channel update, all that kind of stuff. We have a lot going on. We'll be back tomorrow morning, folks. We're really looking forward to having Sean and I back in the studio. And then we also have a show Friday. To close out, we're still giving away those tickets to 42nd Street, performed by Stage Right at the Crichton Theater, all the way through the 24th. So how it works is you got to message us and say you want 42nd Street tickets, and we'll put you in, and we'll be announcing who wins that on Friday at 10:45. Promise we'll be here. And
keep the conversation going, too. Great comments.
Got a
on
great
here.
comment. Oh,
Yeah.
that was me. I'm still on. All right, guys. We'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for supporting community radio here at Lone Star Community Radio. And we will be back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
Come some of the work gets kind of hard. And this ain't no place to be if you plan on being.